Hi, welcome. This is Ubong again, and this is episode 2 of 10 top mistakes, startup mistakes people make. In case you missed topic 1, which was about building what nobody wants, please click up here. But in this session, we'll be talking about hiring people. There are mistakes people make in startups, and they believe that maybe they don't understand it. So number 2, we'll be talking about hiring people. Welcome. Hiring people is one of the major challenges a lot of people have whenever they are starting or doing a business. And they employ people, they fire people, they query people. In any business, people is a component. People on your team is a component, and the people you are marketing to is a component. If your team is not secure, if your team is not strong enough, that means you are in trouble. Now, there's a principle called the principle of the chain, and the principle of the chain states that you are only as strong as your weakest link. So if you have a weak link in your team, then there's a problem. But why do you have a weak link? And I'll say it clearly, it's because of structure. Now, every time you start a business, you must have the structure well thought out. You do not start a business and then start hiring people before the structure is done. If you don't have a structure plan in place, then you'll be employing square pegs in round holes. You don't employ a mechanical engineer to go and do the work of a finance person. You don't do that. What you do is that you identify the positions that you need to fill up and employ people best spoke to that position. I'll give you a case in point. When I started my business from my bedroom, and I'm good at strategy, I'm good at marketing, but I had a problem in financing. I'm someone that if any money comes, I pour everything back into the business. I had to get people to help me understand, how do I do this? And I was able to identify that the first person I needed for my business is a financial controller. I recruited somebody. We didn't even have an office when we started. He was operating from his own house, but we had a virtual understanding. For any expenditure to come out, he only writes for the approval, and then I will approve before he disburses. Now, and both of us had we're both signatories to the account, so it is not at my prerogative, it's based on the plan. We discuss everything that has to do with our business. So as the business was growing bigger and there was a lot of demand on my time, demand on the operations, we now got an operations person to now work. So the operations person deals with the operation matter, the finance person does the finance matter, and I do the strategic leadership matter. As the business was growing the more, based on our structural plan, we had to recruit a legal person because all our contracts had to go through proper legal issues. Now, before we did got some in-house like a legal person, one of the things which we tried to do was to outsource our legal support system to a third party, and we did that over a time. But we now found out that at a certain point we needed an in-house legal person to help us do the things together, and that is what we did. The legal person supported our business, understood our business, we discussed at management meeting and co. So I became strategy, I have a finance person, I have an operations person, and I have a legal person. So as the strategy person, when I'm bringing in more business, I hand it over to the finance person to review the financial, the profit and loss of it, and then pass it to the operations person to review what is the manpower requirement, what are the operational requirements for it, and the legal person is able to document all this and put it as a contract. So I don't need to worry about the daily running around of the business. As each business is growing, each unit is growing, there are subs that come under each of the units. So the management team started to grow. Then we now have the regional managers and then country directors and co, because we were building accordingly, and everything was already in our plan. When you have a plan, a hiring plan, everything starts on it. Now, if you make the mistake because you want to keep all the money to yourself and you now become the MD, the secretary, the receptionist, the cleaner, you are heading for a big downfall. I know you might be tempted. What do I do? Don't allow the temptation. Think about long term. As you start small, get help if you need to put up a structure for yourself. If your competence is in marketing, then get somebody for finance. If your competence is in legal, get somebody who will support operations. Don't try to do everything together. There's a principle in business that says 1, 2, 3. Pay one man the salary of 2 men. You'll make him do the work of 3 men. I took my time and I built that platform, built that structure, and I was able to get competent men in those situations and in those offices, and they began to run the company. So right now, I don't have to be there for the company to function. The highest I do is, okay, give approval. But right now, I don't even do that again. They are the ones that run the whole company because they understand how the company should work. Put your structure. It is this structure you now employ the people. Now, once you employ the people, take them through a culture training. What is the culture of your business? In my business, there are 2 major values that we keep close to our heart. One has to be with the deportment of the staff, and then the second one is the comportment. Deportment is the image, everything concerning your work, concerning your dress, concerning your office, concerning how you relate to people. Deportment, because we believe that 80% of our own industry has to do with the image. 80%, because people see you before they hear you. So when you come for an interview session like that, we look at how you communicate, we look at how you talk, we look at your credentials, and we take you through that culture training. And when you go through that culture training, you are deployed and you are managed under one of the managers. If you, for the period of your probation, you don't seem to conform to our culture, we don't waste time. We'll ease you out of the system. And if there is also value for human being and value for relationship in the company, we don't break rules. We respect each other's system. Even if you are the best person and then you disrespect a staff in the system, you are gone. Don't pity anybody that is a failure material, even if the person is the best staff. Don't compromise standards, and don't compromise other people because you have a fantastic rookie. If that person is too good to let go, let him go because he's not good enough for you. Hire the right people on your structure to keep you. The take-home point and the cutaway points now, which you need to do, is number 1. Do I have a structure for my business? What is the long-term plan of your business? What do you want to achieve? What do I want to do? Do I want to go into Francophone nations? Do I have a plan for recruiting the head of Francophone business? Do I have a head of business who will be responsible for generating this business? Draw your structure according to your plan. Once you put this structure, what are the offices that needs to be filled? Which states and which regions need to be occupied, need to be positioned? Those are the things you need to put. Then from there, you can now decide what is the minimum entry point. Should the person be a graduate? Should the person be a bilingualist? Should the person be a male or female? All these ones now come under the structure that you have put in place, and then you can hire the right person for the right job. Thank you very much for watching this session. I hope you got something out of it. Please leave a comment below on your takeaways and the things you learned, so that somebody can benefit from it. And please, share this video with others, like it, subscribe to the channel for more, and get ready for the next edition. Thank you.